Amazon sellers can reach audiences beyond Amazon using the demand-side platform, which is in short called DSP. In this video, you will learn about Carbon6's new DSP Prime service, which offers strategic management of Amazon DSP campaigns to help you and all the sellers grow their business more efficiently. If you want to try Carbon6 tools for yourself, you'll find a special offer and the links in the description below this video.
Hello, Clayton. I'm really excited to have you on Orange Klik YouTube channel to talk about Amazon DSP, which is Amazon's demand-side platform, which is basically designed to help Amazon sellers to reach audiences not only on Amazon, but also beyond. And recently, Carbon6 has launched a strategic management service to do that called DSP Prime. So we're eager to learn why sellers should even get into DSP and how Carbon6 now helps sellers to do it more efficiently. As always, let's first start with your introduction and also give us a short overview of Carbon6 and also this new service you have been launching.
Yeah, absolutely. LISETT, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure with Orange Klik. A little bit about me. My name is Clayton Atchison. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I've been for the past 6.5 years living in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I absolutely love it here. I know there's a lot of Amazon sellers here for tax benefits. So if any of you guys are out there, hit me up and we can play some volleyball sometime. But a little bit about me is that in 2014, I started a corporate job, but at the same time, like right out of college, at the same time, I was bootstrapping a Amazon to eBay arbitrage company with 3 other business partners of mine. That went really well. I was able to quit my job in 2016 and grow that. And then in 2018, I also started a private label business. So I've been selling on Amazon in different ways since 2014, but fully on Amazon in 2018. And I now am the director and general manager of PixelMe, and I spend a lot of my time working on DSP Prime as well. I've joined Carbon6 pretty near the beginning when there was only a handful of people, maybe 15 or so, and now we're up to, like, if you count everybody all over the world, about 700 people. So it's grown like crazy. It's been a lot of fun. It's been hectic, but a lot of fun. And now I'm in charge of, our external advertising solution, trying to help Amazon sellers all over the world figure out how to grow their businesses, specifically using traffic, not just inside of Amazon as those ad costs continue to rise, but by leveraging other levers, whether that be Google, Facebook, Instagram, DSP, TikTok, etc. That's kind of my specialized niche. Carbon6 started DSP over a year ago, and we were really fine-tuning dashboards. It was very under wraps. We had a handful of clients, all of which I think is super important to mention, are still with us. So all of our original 10 or so clients have been with us now for a year, which is really cool. And that really gave us the confidence to say, hey, we have something here. We need to grow this. We need to get a little bit better reporting. We need to be able to build plans for better, present what we can do for their business, give them hard and fast numbers. So we've been working on that. And then about 4 or 5 months ago, we really rolled it out pretty hardcore. And now we have many, many, many more clients. And we work with people not just in the USA, but in Europe and China. And the churn rate, the number of people that have left us, is single digits. And so we really think we have something special here. And when building the tool, we partnered with people that came into Carbon6 a couple of years ago from an acquisition that we did that have been doing DSP for over a decade. So I think that a lot of Amazon sellers hear Amazon DSP and they're like, oh, it's this new thing. And it is to Amazon. DSP has been around for many, many years. We have 2 individuals, Brian and Craig, that have done a fantastic job of spreading knowledge to other new hires, but they're really the core of the team and the leaders that have spread their knowledge and been able to allow us to scale. They've been doing this for a long time. They know what works and what doesn't. So DSP is a tool that more and more people are now being able to use, because there used to be, a couple of years ago, you had to spend $50,000 a month and you had to use Amazon to run your DSP. You couldn't use an outside agency. A lot of those layers over time have gone away. Now you can get started with a lot less initial budget. You can run it yourself if you have the expertise. I don't recommend running it if you don't. And there's a lot of other companies out there, including DSP Prime, which I think is the best, that can help service these clients in a way that I think Amazon tries to sometimes do too many things, right? They have a huge, gigantic business. And now Amazon prefers that agencies help clients run their DSP. So a lot of things have changed. I've talked to some people that said, well, I tried DSP with Amazon 2 years ago. I poured 50 grand in and I didn't get the results I wanted. I've been able to talk to some of those people and say, hey, give us a try. Let us start with $5,000 a month, something small. And the results have been much, much, much better. I can't prove it, but I'm not convinced that 2 years ago that the people running the DSP ads from Amazon side had as much experience as the Brian and Craigs of the world. So in summary, I think that a lot has changed in the past couple of years with DSP, and the proof is in the pudding, or in the numbers, so to speak. And what we're seeing is that all of our customers are not only staying with us, but they're increasing their ad spend. So I think DSP really boils down to proper planning, proper setup, proper understanding of the person's business, and then having experts that know what they're doing behind the controller, so to speak. So really, really, really excited about DSP Prime here at Carbon 6. Our results as a business have been great internally, just transparently, but that's because the customers' results have been great. We wouldn't be doing great if the customers weren't doing great. So they're increasing ad spend from 5,000 or 10,000 to start with very quickly, like in a matter of like 1 month. Like a handful of companies said, hey, 10 grand a month, this is going great. Our return on ad spend's fantastic. Let's jump it to 50. And I'm like, hey, can we scale this? And we've been able to scale it too. So we have one client spending 100 grand with us a month, and their results just seem to get better and better. Like the more data you feed it, the more fine tuning that Brian and Craig's team can do. As you get more data, you can make smarter decisions. And so it's almost like the more you spend, the better it gets. But of course, I would never recommend increasing spend as a solution, right? If your results aren't where you want to be, don't double down, of course. Of course, get them where you want to be and then invest more. But yeah, really excited to walk Orange Klik and your entire audience through everything we're doing over here at Carbon 6.
Very cool. Yeah, those who are maybe new to you and PixelMe, we have recorded previously several videos about the PixelMe solution, which is also, I think, very, very useful for Amazon sellers. And also you have some patented solutions there. So I'm very eager to see how DSP Prime works and how I think they also kind of work together a little bit. But I think also you prepared some slides for us to kind of run us through the details. So go ahead, share your screen, and let's see first what you have, and then we'll probably have some questions for you as well.
Yeah, at Carbon 6, we are looking at DSP and PixelMe sort of as a combined unit to be an external advertising solution. So, moving forward, as I travel the world more and more, I'm going to be talking about an external advertising solution, not, hey, you should use DSP or you should use PixelMe. What we've found is that when you coordinate the two together, that's where we see the very, very best results. About 45% of our clients that are on DSP also use PixelMe, and those clients are seeing better results than people that are just on one or the other tool. And if you're interested in the PixelMe entire rundown, as LISETT mentioned, we recorded another video that I think came out just before this one. So first of all, what is DSP? Because I feel like a lot of people are just confused. Really, it's a fancy word. It means demand side platform, which if you think about the way it works in my brain is I think about it as inventory. There's online inventory. If you go to menshealth.com or any website, you've seen advertisements on the top, on the sides. That's how those websites that are largely free and just publish journals and free blog information, that's how those companies make their money, is through advertising. But it's really about like advertising inventory. And where and how do you find the right people that are online that aren't on Amazon shopping right now, and how do you get them onto Amazon or to your D2C tool? I should say that DSP Prime can send traffic to Amazon, but it can also send it to a Shopify store if that's what you want. Most of our clients choose to send the traffic to Amazon. But there's supply side platform, and there's a bunch of other like parts of this chain where everybody makes a little bit of money on the other, the massive companies. But really, there's this big group of websites that say, hey, I have a website, I have X amount of monthly viewers and readers, and I want to sell some of my space on my website for advertising. So they say, here's all this space that is for sale. And the demand side is people that want to buy that space. They say, I want to buy inventory on menshealth.com, on mom blogs, on, wherever it makes sense for their products. And it's just those two coming together. So Amazon built Amazon DSP, an easy way to purchase like off Amazon advertising space. And they partnered with thousands and thousands and thousands of websites around the world. And they also have more first-party data information on the US and global purchasing population than anybody in the world, right? Amazon knows what LISETT buys. They know what Clayton buys. They know that I'm a guy. They know that I'm in my 30s, that this is, I have to buy razors for my face and things like. They know a lot about you. There's a famous thing many years ago that came out where a dad called Target and was super mad. He said, I can't believe you sent my daughter stuff for if she's pregnant, like recommending baby formula, things like that. And he wrote a really strongly worded letter. And then the daughter said, Dad, I got some news to tell you. I am pregnant. And then he wrote another letter to Target apologizing. And he said, how the heck did you guys possibly know this? And it was based off of buying patterns of what she was buying, certain vitamins for prenatal, things like that. Well, this is taken to another level. Amazon has more data than anybody else in the world, really, when it comes to first-party data information. And they create a lot of things inside of Amazon Marketing Cloud and DSP where you can target people that love coffee. You can just target people that are in Georgia, in this zip code, that love the Bulldogs, sports team, and et cetera, et cetera. It can get really, really niche. And for somebody that doesn't have a lot of experience about how to properly fill a funnel, how to properly look at an off Amazon external advertising solution, it can become very overwhelming very quickly. There are literally millions of different combinations of campaigns you could run. So I know that's a lot, and I know that can be confusing, but the simple way to think about it is you're buying ad space all around the web. That's the simple way. That's what demand side platform is really helping you do. So to read about that, we say it allows advertisers to serve digital ads on multiple publishers across various advertising channels, utilizing customer first-party data to better target potential customers from top to bottom funnel. And that's a mouthful, but I hope I explained it. I hope people understand. The benefits of DSP, not just Amazon, is that you can have advanced, precise audience targeting. You can get down to people that only drink decaf coffee. It gets crazy. You can buy ads in one central platform instead of trying to go out and partner with 50 different websites. They already have brought all those websites to you. There's campaign automation and management, and then you can create new revenue streams based on identifying customers that are outside of your typical on Amazon funnel. Specifically talking about Amazon DSP is that you get the access to Amazon's first-party customer data. They have a ton of really, really important data. And we at DSP Prime and at Carbon 6 have our own DSP seat. A DSP seat is very expensive. If you're working with other agencies out there, a lot of them are renting a seat, which adds additional costs because they have to pay the seat owner, and then you have to pay them, and they have to build in that cost. And I'll get to that. We have basically the most efficient or most affordable pricing. I think that's on the entire market. And so having the Amazon DSP seat allows you to buy display and video ads across Amazon's website. So inside of Amazon, things like, and also in imdb.com, I think they own a newspaper, anything that Amazon owns, but also their extensive network of partner sites. So that's what DSP is. That's a Clayton explanation of breaking it down. The Carbon 6 advertising solution, and you alluded toward this, LISETT, is that we recommend, highly recommend using PixelMe and DSP Prime in combination. On the PixelMe side, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it, you get to increase your organic rank. That's where on Google, we take the keyword black shirt, and we're sending that exact person that searched black shirt to increase your keyword rank on that keyword on Amazon. So you see a really nice organic lift, which leads to a decrease in tacos and an increase in your overall business. We're able to retarget people as well but it's limited. We can only retarget people on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Pinterest. But there's a lot of people that spend a lot of time on the World Wide Web outside of those big ones. We have, you mentioned a patent pending or it's not pending anymore. I should update this. It's patent approved technology that allows us to finish the feedback loop. So we can tell Google what happened on Amazon. Did this turn into a sale? Did this click turn into a sale? Did this one not? Did this one? And as we tell Google what's happening, Google's able to optimize for things like age, gender, time of day, income level, marital status. I go through all of this in the previous video if you'd like to check it out. But long story short, we're the best at running Google ads in the entire world to Amazon. There's no other software that has the automations or the technology or the patent that we have. But with DSP, it takes that and multiplies it to another level where you're able to reach people all over the web with thousands of websites at your fingertips. It has advanced retargeting as well. It has automations as well. And there's a lot of ways you can get clever if you know what you're doing and have the expertise to find new ways to drive revenue to your business. And the cool part, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, is that anybody that comes through PixelMe, you can retarget with DSP. So if they come through a Google ad, but they didn't purchase right away, don't worry, you can retarget them on all their favorite websites that they visit. And now this is really, really cool. And we do this automatically. A lot of people don't know about this. And I might be able to actually open this up, but at Accelerate in Seattle in 2023, and I was there. I was also at it in 2024 and I got to speak this year, which was very cool, but they release a lot of nice information at these conferences. And in 2023, they announced that with Amazon attribution, so anybody that comes through PixelMe, to be clear, Google ads, Facebook ads, etc., you'll be able to create an audience where you retarget those people through DSP. And if you retarget them through DSP, you automatically get the brand referral bonus. So you'll get a 10% kickback on DSP. So this is a huge discount to your advertising dollars through DSP. And we've seen incredible results. This is just one of the pieces of the puzzle of why it makes so much sense to use PixelMe and DSP as a combined advertising solution. The question is why DSP Prime, right? There's other DSP companies out there. Why is DSP Prime special? There's a lot on this slide, so I'll read some of it, and then I'll take you through what I think, it breaks down to. So number one, we have our own DSP seat. That's in-house. We don't rent it from anybody else. We paid a good chunk of money to have access so that we can give and pass on lower pricing to our customers. And we're able to do everything that we kind of already talked about with DSP, but we also have a very, very transparent, complete dashboard. I already talked about Brian and Craig up here, expertly managed. They built an incredible team with their combined over 20 years experience of doing DSP, but they've also done what I think a lot of other DSP companies have failed to do. And that is that they've created a completely transparent dashboard. Some companies out there are worried that their customers will leave them and try to do DSP in-house. We don't have that concern. And if somebody does leave us because we've built a great system, so be it. We still help them. Carbon 6 is unique in the sense that we have a lot of tools to offer to our customers. And so we don't try to lock you in forever. If you want to go somewhere else and you want to understand which creatives, meaning which pictures or which videos that we were advertising had the best performance, which websites had the best performance, which combination of those two, which audience were you targeting that had the best results, all that information is completely transparent. And another thing that I think is very shady, and Mina Elias has a very good video kind of explaining this. He's done a really good job of being transparent with his community as well. But a lot of DSP companies are taking credit for any time they touched a customer on a customer journey. So let's say, as an example, somebody goes to Amazon, they search your product, they click on your product, and now they've entered into a retargeting campaign with DSP. Maybe you go to womenshealth.com, LISETT, and something at the very bottom of the page, which is called beneath the fold, right? You're just at the top of the page, but something is loaded on your computer screen that you can't even see. If that happened, and then that person later, which they didn't see anything about your brand, they go back to Amazon and they buy your product. Some DSP companies are saying that was because of us. We generated that sale. We don't do that at DSP Prime. we say, if there were 10 different touch points with this customer and we were one of them, then we're going to take 1/10 of that. And we're going to break that down to say, we think we played, and it's a little bit more complicated than that. It doesn't work exactly that way, but it's weighted attribution. So if you're working with a DSP company right now, it's really important to ask them, how are you displaying these metrics? Where is the data coming from? Is it view through as the main keyword, view through attribution? Or is it last click attribution? What exactly are you presenting to me? And our dashboard makes that extremely, extremely transparent. So we have tailored growth plans also that I'll show you an example of, but we look at your brand. We don't just say, yeah, we can run DSP for you. We go through and we say, and you'll see this, here's what your competition is doing. Here's the audiences we recommend. This is how we break down the funnel. So we'll get a little bit more into that, but DSP is really cool. We've seen that it leads to better on Amazon advertising because not everybody clicks on that ad on Men's Health. They're afraid to click. Some people don't like clicking on ads, but they'll go back to Amazon and they'll search your brand or your product and then they'll buy it. So we see on Amazon advertising from a tacos perspective improve. We see DSP get better and better with the more data it gets. And that we see that when you combine that with PixelMe, bring people in from Google to increase your rank, retarget them through DSP, what we're seeing is like a blended, like when you look at your overall business, significant improvements in tacos, significant improvement in revenue. And we'll talk about that a lot more. The only other thing on this slide is that you can advertise everywhere. You can advertise on Amazon Prime TV, where things will pop up when people get ads because they don't have the highest paid subscription of Amazon Prime. You can do it through Alexa, where like the Alexa Show Home, where people set on their cabinet that has video display. And I didn't think that would work, to be frankly honest. I didn't think it would work, but it does, and it works very well. So there's a lot of places that you can advertise, but based on your product category, your product type, that's where the experts come in and tell you what works for your brand. And that's all tailored directly to you. To talk about the combination of PixelMe and DSP a little bit more, and the last video we recorded, we went into more detail on this. But with PixelMe, on a $10 product, we often see that the cost per click on Google is about $1. That's pretty expensive. So forget DSP for just a second, just talking about PixelMe. We're running a Google ad for a $10 product. It costs $1. It usually takes about 20 clicks to get a conversion. So you're paying $20 to sell a $10 item. You're underwater. You're not making money. But what that does is that we're targeting specific keywords. So black shirt, and we send that traffic to Amazon. You increase your rank, and you make profit from your increase in organic sales. But with DSP and the fact that you can retarget all of those people that came through Google and still get a 10% brand referral bonus, we've been able to turn products that wouldn't be directly profitable, meaning, hey, the only reason you're really doing this is an investment to increase your rank and grow your overall business, which is a fantastic thing to do. But now we can retarget those people. And even with $10, $15 products, we're able to drive profit through DSP. The higher priced items, we were already able to drive direct profit from Google. When we sell a $150 product, or for easy math, we'll say $200 product, but really it's anything above $50. We're able to still get cost per clicks on Google for around $1. And if you sell, let's say a $200 product, you're going to get $20 back from Amazon. And you're only spending $20 to get that sale. So Amazon's paying for all of your advertising dollars. So now with higher priced items, you're increasing your rank, you're making direct profit from Google, but we're also able to retarget anybody that didn't buy that first time. And we're still getting the brand referral bonus for those sales, which is pretty incredible. So DSP has really taken our advertising solution to a new level. And we see the two people that are combining these are having by far and away the best results. Really, really exciting stuff. A growth plan looks like this, just to give you guys a visual idea. We'll go through, we'll have your product links, and we'll say, this is our recommendation. And very, very, like I wouldn't say a lot, but we'll tell you if we think, I was going to say very, very rare, but that seemed like too rare. In some situations, we'll tell you, hey, we don't think your product is a good fit because your product reviews are too low, your rating is too low, or you're overpriced in your category. We really do a deep dive of not just your products, but we look at the competition, we look at the overall landscape, and we put together a document that says, these are the products we recommend running the traffic to, and here's why. And then we give you a breakdown that looks like this, which I'll be completely honest, just to go back for a second, I'll say that a lot of DSP brands, they do what's really easy. They just retarget everybody that's ever come to your ad because they know that that's going to have the best effect when they go to show you the return on ad spend numbers. The retargeting is like the bottom of the funnel. It's the low-hanging fruit. It's people that have already shown interest. But that's not how, with DSP, you build a plan to really grow your business long-term. You can only retarget and retarget and retarget somebody so many times. Eventually, either they already bought it or they're just not interested. So the correct approach when looking at external advertising is to create a full funnel effect. Fill in the top, fill in the middle, and of course, retargeting. So when we go through a product, we talk about awareness at the top of the funnel. This is awareness advertising increases consumer familiarity with a business that might and likely have never heard of you. But we know that they love coffee in this example, right? Amazon tells us with first-party data, these people love coffee, and these people like trying out different types of coffee and are, unique in the sense that they aren't brand loyal and they're willing to switch. So building awareness is usually around, this is probably high on awareness, to be honest. Usually when I look at growth plans, I see somewhere around 20% to 30% of awareness. But again, this shows the uniqueness of our team, that they look at each product very, very carefully and say, actually, this is what I'm going to recommend for you based on your business goals. So this is where, from a awareness standpoint, we're saying we're going to target people who own a coffee maker that use cups, such as Keurig or Nespresso. And we're going to target those people using 20% of our budget. Now, another 10% is going to be more broad, people that we just know that buy coffee. Then we're going to target people whose shopping activities indicate they are likely to purchase an espresso machine, which, believe it or not, DSP can give you those indicators. And then we're going to say people whose shopping activities indicate that they are likely to purchase gluten-free products because these particular coffee things are completely gluten-free, and that's how they advertise. And then we go into consideration, which is really looking at competitive brands. Some people call it conquesting, and saying we're going to target actually the competitive brands where we know you have a competitive advantage, whether that be price, quality, or some combination of the two. And then last but not least, we're going to retarget the users that engaged with any of that awareness or the consideration or just directly on your product with retargeting budget allocation of 10%. Usually I do see that this is closer to, 20%, 40%, 40%. But the point is that you need to think about the entire funnel, or what you'll end up with is just somebody that's doing the very easiest low-hanging fruit for your business, and you're not really growing your business. A lot of those retargeting people will purchase from you anyways, or they won't. You can only retarget them so much. So this is where DSP Prime, I think, wins compared to all the other DSP companies I'm aware of, with transparency, like in-depth planning, and like an expert approach from many, many years of experience of doing things just like this. So words of caution, if you're with a DSP company, make sure you understand if they're using viewed through attribution, or if they're showing you weighted attribution to only take credit for what they should be taking credit for, and make sure they're not just simply retargeting everybody. Make sure that they're growing your business. And the way you grow a business, the way you grow a brand, which is how the people that in China are winning as they're growing brands, they're not just the cheapest. They are investing heavily in AI to have better images, better videos. I was in China for 45 days and all of July and part of August, and everybody in China is using DSP. Everybody. People said, a couple of years ago that it didn't work or it was too expensive. Those things have gone away, and this is now available to the, more regular everyday Amazon seller. Now, I do want to say one thing. I would recommend, if you're doing $500,000 in revenue, to look into DSP. There's probably still a lot of growth you can have inside of Amazon. But if you're doing a couple million or more, this is a lever that you can pull that immediately can grow your business. You can do 10 other things that are slightly incremental, or you can partner with a DSP expert, and this will be the biggest thing you do in 2024, if you see this video on time, or especially in 2025. And the customers that are doing this are winning. Their brands are growing. They're increasing in rank, and they're finding new to brand customers specifically for these LTV products, that high LTV products that people reorder, but also just first-time purchase or one-time purchase products. They're doing very, very, very well. I think this is the most significant lever you can pull to grow your business. We also, and I put this in here, but this is an older growth plan. We also pull up what your competitors are doing right now in DSP. We tell you what percentage of the time they're advertising above the fold, meaning it's visible immediately, or below the fold, how many impressions they're getting on a daily basis, and what they're spending. So you can see, hey, what are my competitors out there already doing? And if you see that no competitors are doing it, then it's ripe for the taking. If you see that they are, then there's more data that we can give you, such to say that, hey, Nespresso's spending, $648 a day on this. It must be working. They wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't working. Similar with Cafe Bustelo, things like that. So we do some competitor analysis, and then we actually do some custom creative too. So we have custom creatives. You can say this is outdated because it says September 30th. Apologies. But we have a team inside of Carbon 6 called Seller Assist that has image and video creation, where we can make custom content for every different size that you need to advertise on these websites all over the world. Requires different dimensions, different formats, and we're able to build all of that for you. And we give you a couple of samples of what that might look like. And then last but not least, and these numbers, I'm going to show you some case studies after. We like to under promise and over deliver. We give you a breakdown of your product, and we tell you how much we're going to spend on brand awareness, brand consideration, and retargeting. We tell you how much of your monthly budget is going to go to what. And we tell you when we think you'll be at break even, and what we think we can do from a return on ad spend perspective. I'll be completely transparent. This growth plan is a couple of months old, and our projections now have just increased from a return on ad spend perspective, because as we get more and more and more clients and launch more and more DSP campaigns, we find that we're very much under promising and over delivering. And we want to give people a little bit more of a realistic view. So you can see that we have a projected return on ad spend on this product of 2.17, but in reality, we're blowing that out of the water. And I'll show you some case studies to show that, but I wanted to show this slide to say, we don't just say, yeah, give us your money and we're going to do our best. We give you a specific plan, and you can hold us to that plan. What you can expect is that you'll have a dedicated customer success manager. You'll have the expert team behind you. You'll have results beyond just impressions. We're going to actually lead conversions and grow your business while simultaneously building your brand. We have the most transparent dashboard by a mile, and we're very honest with how we present the return on ad spend metrics, which I think a lot of companies need to work on their ethics and do a better job of that. And we have a launch schedule, a clear roadmap for you, what you can expect from day 1 to day 120 and beyond. And we also have monthly business reviews, weekly executive summaries. We give you information on your audiences, your creatives, what's working, what's not. Really, we've tried to think of what is everything we'd want as a customer, and we've built all of this based on customer feedback. If they wanted something, we included it. So full transparency, working for the customer. Here's a couple of case studies. This person obviously was getting more organic sales because this probably isn't profitable, but they were spending about $12,500 to get about $17,000 in revenue. This is on Amazon sponsored ads. In 1 week with DSP, we were able to generate much better results. With a spend of $1,716, we were able to drive $20,500 in sales, compared to a sponsored ads budget of $8,000 or only $16,400 in sales. So the results here have been incredible. I have a couple more of these. We worked with Holistic Health Extension. This was able to increase, our DSP team was able to increase sales by 700% for Health Extension with only a 1% increase in total ad spend. So again, this is through a lot of planning, a lot of expert analysis, but we were able to create $28,000 in sales with $5,000 in ad spend. And our return on ad spend, I'd have to do the math there, but is probably about a 1 to 5.5 or 1 to 6, and that's in week 1. So DSP Prime can hit the ground running very, very quickly, but then also it will get better over time. This case study I love and hate. I'm having this redone. It's actually in the process right now, but I think you guys get the picture here, is that in days 1 to 7, we were able to immediately get a 3 ROAS, meaning about a 33% ACoS. What I want to change is I want this to say day 7 to day 14, and then day 14 to day 21. This is being weighed down by this, and this is being weighed down by both of these. But the simple fact is that it gets better every week. Days 1 to 7, the ROAS was 3.14. Days 1 through 14 combined, it went up to 4.51. Days 1 to 21, it was 5.42 ROAS. This has continued to move in the right direction. This case study will be updated, and I'll send it to you, LISETT, when it's done. But the other exciting part is that the new-to-brand purchases were extremely high. This is one of the companies that started off spending $10,000 with us a month. They quickly escalated that to closer to $100,000 per month. The return on ad spend for these guys is now 15, which is pretty incredible. And that just happens from making adjustments over time and getting to understand which audiences are converting and specifically which creatives are converting. So these are some of the results, and I think they're so exciting because you can see results right away. We do still work on contracts. We don't want to put in all of this labor and this work that goes into this for somebody to stick around for 1 month that gets impatient. So we work on 6-month contracts, and certain situations we can decrease that time frame. But the point being that this is not the exception. It's really become the rule with DSP Prime that we expect within just a couple of months to have a return on ad spend that is driving profit for your business. Profit, not just awareness, but also building your brand. I know I keep repeating myself, but it's important to think about the entire funnel. We're not just going after the low-hanging fruit. We're building your brand, we're building awareness, and we're also being profitable while we do it and extremely transparent. So that's it at the highest level. There's so much granularity inside of DSP that I would highly recommend that you get a free audit, a free growth plan that is tailored specifically to your business that will give you all of the stuff that I just explained before. And very likely by the time this video releases, we'll also have updated case studies like I mentioned. But to be honest, it's been growing incredibly well. Not just from the number of people that have joined, but also the amount of investment that these customers have put into their DSP plans because of the results they're seeing. It's been phenomenal. We're really, really excited about it over here, and we feel completely ready for new customers and scale. We've built the team, we've built the software, we've built the reporting. Everything is in place to help take your business to the next level. And at the very least, get some free information, get a free tailored growth plan. If it's not a good fit, we'll tell you. We care very much about customer retention. Carbon6 has a lot of tools, and the last thing we want to do is get you on with a tool that isn't going to work for your business. So if we don't think it will, we'll recommend something else, or we'll recommend another service. But one way or another, our experts can usually find a way to help your business grow. And then last but not least, I would just say that if you want to connect with me, I'm pretty dangerous at DSP these days. But if there's something I don't know, I'll connect with Brian and Craig on our team, who are the real experts. But would love for anybody out there watching to add me on LinkedIn. Would love to get to know your business and see if there's any way I can help.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, this was definitely a very, very good overview about DSP, but also DSP Prime, the new service you are now offering for sellers. So it's very great that you want to offer sellers to kind of check in if at all it would be something for them. But could you quickly recap? So what are kind of the main requirements the seller should be? So you said to make yearly a couple of million at least. Should they sell on US markets only? That's kind of where it works, or does it work with other markets as well? And is there anything else to note?
Yeah, great questions. Currently, we're only, and this is being recorded, in the fall of 2024, so this is going to change. But it's a great question to set. Right now, we're only taking customers that are selling in the US marketplace. As you can imagine, there are some complications when you move into other countries from a language perspective, especially. But we do have plans to expand to Europe, Japan, all the other places where DSP is offered. And I think the ones that will first come out are the ones that are still English speaking, the Australians, and England's, and other English-speaking places of the world. But yes, full plans to have this available internationally in just a few months. A lot of our brands that are doing extremely well with us, they're already showing a huge interest in that. They're saying, hey, we're crushing it in the USA. Can we crush it in Europe? And so plans are moving very quickly to move in that direction. The other thing I would say is that you mentioned doing a couple of million. I think we usually say 2.5 million and above is a really good fit, because if somebody's doing $2.5 million or above, they've done a lot of things right to get there. They've probably pulled a lot of levers on Amazon. They're somewhat experienced to like highly experienced Amazon seller. Whereas if somebody's doing, let's say $1 million or a couple $100,000 on Amazon, we might suggest that they clean up or tinker with some stuff on Amazon first. So really, that's not a hard and fast rule, is what I would say. We just took on a client there's caveats to everything. That's what I hate saying it, but it's true. We have a client that has a powerful brand name behind them. They are just launching on Amazon, but they have a successful D2C, and they know that people are interested in their brand. And even though they might not be doing a lot on Amazon, they're doing a lot in other parts of their business. And so it's not hard and fast to say, are you doing $2.5 million on Amazon? But really like, hey, do you have a somewhat solid business? That's the part where we go in and we really tell you transparently, I think we can help, but I think your dollars could be better spent over here, where you'll get even more help from what you're trying to accomplish. And so that's part of like sitting down with our team and having a conversation about what your goals are from a D2C perspective, from an Amazon perspective, from an overall brand planning perspective. And, but generally speaking, if you're under a couple $1 million, there's usually a lot of things you can do inside of either your D2C or inside of your Amazon to better prepare you to then go invest on this more external advertising solution.
All right, makes sense. And we're also going to include all of the most important links to check out more to the video description below. And if you have any questions about DSP or DSP Prime, then also leave your questions as comments, because we can ask Clayton to come back to the video and answer your questions as well. And if you reach out and sign up for DSP Prime, hopefully you're going to be the next success story. So hopefully, Clayton, we could record a video one day where we would actually know that the Orange Klik viewer is one of the case studies you're featuring. So definitely looking forward to that as well.
I would love to do that. And I should have talked about pricing a little bit. If you sign up with DSP, we have a $349 platform fee, and then we take 10% of ad spend. When I was in China, at least, the rule of thumb is that most DSP companies take 20%, sometimes 25%. Some self-service companies take 20%, which I think is kind of crazy. We're, from my understanding, I don't want to say cheap, because it's not cheap, but the most affordable option around. And we often run specials where the platform fee can be waived for a few months to help you get onboarded, see the value. And we run other specials from time to time. But even just at the regular base cost, it's incredibly competitive.
All right, sounds really good. Well, thanks again for putting together this information for us to educate us, and I hope to see you soon again.
All right, thank you so much, LISETT, and thank you, Orange Klik.
I hope this video will help you to understand how Amazon DSP can grow your business. And if you're interested in what Carbon 6 offers as a help in terms of DSP campaigns, you can check the link below in the description, contact them and talk to them. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe buttons. And also, if you have additional questions about DSP, leave them in the comment section below and we will ask Carbon 6 team to answer them. And now I would like to invite you to watch another video where you will learn more external traffic strategies for your Amazon products. So check this out.